Hello, everybody. My name is Rob Wise. I'm the CEO of ITinspired. I'm here today with my first guest on my Talk the Talk show, Mr. Chad Foster, CEO and president of Gator Millworks, crowning jewel of Denham Springs, if I'm correct. Look, I just want to say thank you for your time today, brother. I appreciate it. We've always had good talks in the past. This is just like those. So I kind of just wanted to come at you raw and ask you a few questions and see where we go.
Well, let's do it.
All right, brother. So I'm going to throw you a softball question here. What do you do here?
We do a lot of things, but we're primarily a millwork company that makes custom fabrication of kitchen cabinets, commercial work, residential work, anything interior or architectural millwork.
Okay. And is this like a path you have been on for a while? Did you know you wanted to do this?
I've been here for 28 years, so the company's been around for about 30. But yeah, I mean, I kind of grew up in it and loved it and then kept the journey going.
So when I think of Gator Millworks, one of the things that I think of is like excellence. I think precision. What are some words that come to your mind when you hear Gator Millworks? Even though you're the head of the company, what comes to your mind?
Details. We love to do details. You'll see that in the facility here that we created ourselves, but also our clients' work. We want to put in those details, take the time to do that, be given the time to do that, to accomplish them. And sometimes the client or the person doing it doesn't know what that would take, and sometimes we don't either because it's one-off.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense because of the custom stuff, right?
Right.
And you excel at that as well. You've had some high-profile clients and work that you've done, right?
We've done
bonds and
we've done work all over the, I guess you could say, the southern United States. So whether it's in Texas or Florida, we've sent things to California before. So
okay,
we're not opposed to doing work anywhere, and that's not just locally. So
how do people find you? If you're here in Denham Springs, Louisiana, doing all this great work, how do people know to find you?
A lot of us are social media presence. Some of it is, but also us engaging others, asking how can we be of help.
Okay.
So,
and can we go back just a quick second? Why do the details matter, Chad?
The details matter just because that's what really makes the product. I mean, we can be a standard, you could say, but we don't make. I usually have a pen in my hand, so I usually say I don't make this pen, in blue, red, and green, which they manufacture, but so we, but we're custom. So the details do matter when it's custom.
Gotcha. I like that, and it shows.
It should. I hope.
Well, let's take a walk and see more of your
Sure.
facility. This is like 78,000 square feet, right?
About 70,000 square feet between manufacturing and also office space. So.
Well, you can look around and see those details because this is one of the prettiest offices I've seen. I love all the splashes of green. We see gators everywhere, which is awesome. I mean, just the millwork in here, you don't just do it for your clients, you do it for yourself too, right?
Yeah, we'll guinea pig a lot of things ourselves. That's the one thing that...
But you can see that on Tom's desk, right?
We've done that a lot over the years is, make things, whether it's for this facility, whether it's for one of our personal homes or something, that we're going to test this out before we really bring it to someone to do. So
I love it.
And we did the same thing with this space, so what you see here is something we wanted to create was a modern environment for really what is an old school trade, right? I mean, carpentry work is always the thought of flannel shirt.
Well, the oldest trade.
Yeah. I mean, flannel shirt, that table saw, that's the mindset, It's not that way anymore with technology, so.
No, and I think we're going to talk about that here in a few, too. Well, can I throw some softball questions out to you really quick?
Sure.
So, what could you do all day long that you would consider not a waste of time? What's something that you can do and, hey, it's not a waste of your time?
I would say grow this place, continuing it. I enjoy what I do here. I think that, finding new ways to, be more custom, creative is something I've always enjoyed to do.
Yeah.
So,
and here's another one. What did you do as a kid that you enjoyed?
I'm still a kid.
Yeah, the best answer. We all are.
I'm still a kid. I guess, but I guess just really finding out who you are. I guess really more than anything is that I played some sports and stuff, but really enjoyed creating, developing even as a young person.
So that translates to today too.
It started probably when I was in my teenage years with a car, of taking a car and making it a show car, which kind of find out it was, looking back now, it was lime green. So, and here it is. We've changed the color of the company years ago now, but years after I did the car. So, interesting story, but
No, I like that.
very custom. Took it around the country, showed it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that about you.
Oh yeah. Still have it today.
It still runs?
Mm-hmm. It's a 98 Dodge Avenger.
Really?
Yes.
Test drive later, maybe?
No. We're on the second floor here. We're going to walk into the training room. This is a space we developed here, designed for us to use for lots of different functions. So,
Love this.
a space where you can come in to do that in and train, meet, talk. I think it's very important. So,
And this came from humble beginnings, right? With your old shop, and then
Yeah.
here you are.
we started off in Central. My father and Randy Foster and Gary Henson started the company almost 30 years ago. And they started off in Central in a 30 by 40 building, and
Really?
very small. Our old place was 3,000, and now it's 18,000 square feet.
My goodness.
So a big difference. It ain't just me though; it's a team of people that's done this. So I couldn't do this by myself.
So I'm glad you bring that up. You know, workforce development being what it is, I think we've talked in the past, like it's hard to find people, right?
Very so.
So what do you look for in a new hire, and what background do they typically come from?
I mean, I have this conversation often with interviews. Just because you've never worked in this industry doesn't mean that we would never hire you.
Right.
We're looking
Same
for
here for IT.
Yeah, we're looking for someone who has passion, drive to do things, willing to learn, willing to communicate. I think if you can find those things in people, and you can train and you can teach, it takes time, but it can happen.
Because, I mean, when you look at this place, seems like there's a lot you can learn about. There are immense amounts of highly technical equipment here. I mean, you got to talk about this. What I see technology here. What do you see when you look out on the shop floor?
It's a wood shop. You know,
This is a wood shop?
it's a wood shop.
Can I get one of these in my backyard?
Yeah, but it's a wood shop that I guess you could say is a little bit on steroids, with a lot of technology. The things that we do here are the same thing. We're still building the same type of product that we built 30 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're still servicing that industry. It's not as big of our sector as it used to be because we're doing much more things now. But you know, that same box is still built the same way. It's how it's just done. You know, whether it's how it gets cut, how it gets machined. But it still uses a nail gun to attach the cabinet parts together. So a person still does that.
Got you. I mean, that makes sense. Well, can we go down the shop floor and check out a little bit more?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Let's do that. Something else I wanted to ask, you know, more along the business side. You know, what's some of the best advice you've been given, whether that's business or in life? What's some of the best advice that you've ever been given?
Well, my best friends always said, keep going. So
Keep going.
Keep going. No matter how hard it is, keep going. I think that if most people just work through stuff and actually work.
Does that make you better when you work through stuff?
I think it makes you better in a lot of ways. I think no one knows, right? So no one knows that we all have to learn. No matter until the day we die, we're gonna learn.
Yeah.
So I think until you do that and humble yourself enough to say that you can be wrong, so you can learn, so you can grow. I think it's really the only way to do it. I mean, for me, but I think growth has to be built on you opening yourself to learn something you do not know.
Okay. And sort of accepting your limitations, but also trying to push past them.
Sure, but I guess the limitations are not known until
you find out through
right. I think you can't
keeping on.
That's it. Until you keep doing them, either learning that new thing, or going, look, I'm not good at this, but you're gonna learn. You're gonna grow.
Yeah. Well, you got to force to do so, right?
Yeah.
At that point, are you a risk taker? Would you consider yourself?
Sure. I like to take risks, but calculated, I guess you could say. Here's a great point here. This is a store tech This piece of equipment allows us to inventory every sheet of material that we buy and put it into this cage.
Okay.
There's a crane that picks up each sheet and brings it to the saw operator. I knew that right there, it's a risk, yes, but it's a no-brainer.
What are you committed to right now in your business? Is it taking sort of a new step? Are there new ventures? I know you mentioned some earlier. What's going to be new for Gator Millworks in the future, in the near future?
I would say continuing to grow is it always, but for us, we've had some opportunities that's presented itself for us to do, and we're really excited about them. It's some very, very high-end work. Luxury home building is what this is.
Nice.
So
is that a new market? Is that a new?
Well, we've always done, luxury homes, but nothing to the level of what we're getting into now.
So scale-wise, you are expanding.
We're working on millwork projects that are on houses that may cost $40, $50 million.
Wow.
So to see those level of details that's in those homes,
detail.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
One more question for you, and then we got to wrap things up. What do people typically thank you for or compliment you on at Gator?
Internal or external, I guess.
Whichever one comes to mind.
I would say I'd like to hope, I don't know exactly, I guess, but I'd like to hope that our clients recognize our details, our care that we put into the products that we build, and then vice versa for the staff. We put a lot of things into this facility for our staff. So for them to be appreciative of that, and as long as we're thankful for those things, man, look, I think this is why we do it. So I think it's joyful to know that others can be affected by what you do. It could be negative or positive. So I think that us all being as positive as can be at times helps us all get the results that we want. So
I love that, man.
Or like to have.
Well, I know we're going to have to probably check out the Gator Den after we wrap with the filming, but how can people find you? Like, if you had to tell our viewers today, how can they find you? What's your website? What social media are you on?
Yeah, so we're heavy in most channels. Instagram, I think, social media with Facebook, LinkedIn, our website. We put a lot of content out. So we like to show things that we're doing, advancing, changing in our local industry. So GatorMillworks.com, you can check out projects that we've had on case studies of the types of work we've done. So I think there's tons of ways to find us. Very, very soon, our showroom where we started, it was under construction, putting in some pieces that we want to have the show. I think that's going to be an exciting moment for us because one thing I know that we could use in this market is more of a design center. So it was something that we wanted.
So they might be able to find you in their front showroom very quickly.
Yeah, walking in the door.
Love it.
Face to face.
Look, Chad, thank you so much, man. Today has been awesome.
Yep, thank you.
I really appreciate your time.
Thank you as well.
Thanks for showing us around.